Okay, so this is going to be a quick tutorial on how to create a minimum footprint raft in the eponymous Raft. Um, so the shark, I'm playing in creative mode right now to show this off, just so I don't have to worry about materials in my main game. But Bruce here likes to chew on rafts, and he will destroy them whenever he gets a chance, unless you armor the foundations. So if I put foundation armor on my entire raft, he can no longer attack this raft at all. It's completely safe. Which is convenient. It means you can walk away from your raft and not have to worry about him chewing on the scenery. However, it's expensive to do this in the game proper. It costs 1 iron and 2/3 of the scrap per armor you put on your foundations. So optimally, you want as small a footprint as you can have. I'm going to do a 4x4 raft, but you could do this with the 2x2 raft. It would just be kind of difficult to get up onto this structure. So I'm going to expand it a little bit just for convenience. And 16 metal is not hard. It's when you get into my main game raft is a is 13 by 13. That is going to take me a while to 169 metal to armor that. That's a long-term project. But this will only take 16 metal. You can potentially finish that in 2 islands. Really easy. So what you want to do is place pillars on the edges, half wide on the edges. And you can space them 2 apart, which is why I went with an even size there. And then in the center, I'm going to put a single tall pillar. Again, 2 apart is the magic number here. Now, I want wooden floors. And I'm going to put 1 sticking out like that. And I can leave a gap, that's fine. Put 1 here and here, 1 here, 1 here and here, here and here, here, and finish up with here and here. Now, conveniently, I can still get up onto this raft. That was an important consideration. My first draft of this project, you could not get back onto the raft if you fell off, which is something you want to be able to do. So, yep, I can easily get back onto the raft, and we're good. Now, pillars again. Half wooden pillars. So we start from the corner, and again, 1, 2, whoop, fell off, 1, 2, whoop. Come on, place, there you go, 1, 2, boom. Oh, did I put that in the wrong place? I put this in the wrong place. This does not go here. This goes in the center of each of these. So you'll have 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, I'm going to completely tile this in. So go back to wooden floor. Now you do not have to completely tile this in. You could continue the same pattern I'm already working on and just build pillars up. But I'm going to completely tile it in because this is a usable floor now. And I'm going to build this ultimately 3 stories tall, effectively. At which point it will be quite wide. I mean, this is already a, 8 by 8. This is an 8 by 8 raft already. So we're already a decent sized raft. One more level on this and it will be a 12 by 12 raft, which is directly comparable to the raft I am actually still working on in my primary game. There we go. So now I have a complete floor. I can go ahead and build on this and do anything with it as if it is a normal, as if it's just a normal raft. It just happens to be a little bit elevated. So I'm going to add another level on this. Boom, boom. Again, 2 apart. And here you can go and fill it all in, or you can save materials like I did below and not do that. There we go. That's complete. There's not a lot of benefit to not filling it in, except saving materials. But if you did want to not fill it in, again, this would be the pattern. Actually, you could potentially save yourself a bit and do this. Whoop, I'm going to do that. No, that doesn't work. Never mind. Sorry. Where was I? Come on, place. There you go. Is that correct? No, that was not correct. Right, this is how you would do it if you wanted to save some resources. You would do it like that. That would allow you to build a full set of pillars for the second level while minimizing how much resources you use. And I guess I'll go ahead and do that with the rest. But you could also, if you've got the resources too, you can go ahead and fill it in completely and it'll look nicer, I think, if you do. Although that's a question of aesthetics. But, assuming you're doing this in the real game, you're probably going to want to be carefuler than I'm being because resources are much more scarce and you only get a 50% refund. So again, these guys go every 2.
You have to repeat it. Yeah.
Got a full set. That looks a full set. And last but not least, let's put down my half pillars. So jump up on there for this. Oh, that wasn't correct. My go splat. Okay, well this is a good opportunity to show you how to actually get back up here when you fall down, which you will want a way up here, obviously. So I'm going to carve out 2 somewhere in the center here. It doesn't precisely matter where. Let's go Let's go here and here. And that doesn't cause any problems as far as anything collapsing. Those were not load-bearing. And then wood roof, where you can use a stairway, I believe, should work just as well. Place that in the wrong place. There we go. Alright, now we've got a slit cut, and that's our way, our entrance and egress. If you wanted to, actually, you could back that up with space. It would probably look better to be right in between the pillars. That's just aesthetics. Now, where was I? Small pillars. You go there. You go there. You go there. You go there. There's a good chance that most people who are in the Raft community proper already know this trick. Also, I think it's largely unnecessary with once you're in late game. But I did not know this trick, and I did not find it in my research on the game, so it's not super common knowledge. I did find a kind of gimmick video where some people were building an infinite ramp up to the sky, and in that they discovered this trick. I will link that in the description, but that was not the focus of their video, and they didn't really explain what they were doing in any particular detail there, so I felt like a dedicated video for this was good. They didn't explain it to the point where I kind of had to reinvent it and do some testing to figure out exactly how it worked. The key thing basically is that a floor that is supported by any one pillar will remain supported. And of course you can support a floor on one corner and build a pillar on the opposite corner and thus expand your raft, which is what I have done to produce. This is now a 12 by 12 raft, which is a pretty decent late game raft size. You can put a lot of stuff up here. Now obviously you're going to, in the actual game, you're going to need more space down here for, you're going to want nets, you're going to want, this still is a little bit picky about where exactly you board. You're going to want nets and so forth to capture stuff, and you're going to want an anchor. I would recommend, for aesthetic reasons, I would recommend sticking with an even raft. You could certainly go up to a 6x6, and then you'd have, well, actually, you're not going to be able to place an anchor on this base part, because the pillars are going to be in the way. You will have to build an extension for your permanent anchor, which is a minor limitation. I have not actually seen the full, I'm not sure what's available to build late game. Is there a torch or other light? I know there is some kind of light. Headlights? No, that's not what I'm looking for. Lantern. Aha. Oh yeah, I do have that unlocked. I've never built one. But it's probably worth marking where you hop up. That make that more obvious. A little bit more obvious. Alright, so that's the general gist of it. Again, you're going to want to knock out some ceiling pieces. and build yourself a stairwell up. Let me actually look at that with actual stairs, because I haven't experimented with those on this yet. Full-length stair. You could potentially use ladders if you really want to save space, but I think that's kind of ugly. Yeah, that's nice. I like that. That's pretty good. Alright. So there you have it. We've got a... Actually, I want to try one experiment. I have no idea if this will work, but I'm curious. Can I place an anchor up here? The answer is almost certainly no. But we might find out. Yeah, that's a no. It won't let you place it, it looks like, on floor, only on foundation, which makes sense. Yeah, there you go. It can be placed on foundation, but there's too much in the way. I hope people found this somewhat useful. I think it's a neat trick, and it can make it quite a bit easier to fortify your entire raft if that is what you're inclined to do. Another note, cost-wise, a wooden floor costs 4 planks, a foundation costs 2 planks, 2 plastic. That's comparable price, I guess, in terms of found materials. However, given the amount of resources you need to build each level, this is probably not an actually cost-effective way to build a real raft. So I don't know how useful this is in the early game when you would most want it. But it is an option, and does create a neat effect. Thanks for watching.